They had choices when they were coming out of high school, and all of these young men and their families, their parents, they chose us. And we take that responsibility incredibly seriously, that that they're invested in us and we are invested in them. So I want to take a moment and just introduce to you each member of the team. And then after that, I'm going to talk a little bit about their accomplishments, both individually and collectively. And then I'm going to ask to hear from Coach Jones. But this all together won't take 15 minutes or so. So when your name is called, if y'all just hold your applause, because there's 28 of them or so. When your name is called, would you stand up and be recognized as a member of this historic program? And I'm going by your number, so you'll know about when you're going to be called. Jake, that means you know you're being called first. So Jake Osteen, Roger Vergara, Michael Fury, Nathan Gagnon, Trip Davis, Jack Slater, Aiden Mastituno, Tyler Henriquez, Peyton Waters, Caleb Freeman, Ray Schroeder, Ryan Scary, Jack Schrapp, Cole Steinmetz, Maverick Stallings, Tyson Green, Connor McBride, Tanner Walker, Andon Lewis, Logan Schmidt, Sam Thompson, Jack Clark, Jarrett Moresco, Miles Liggins, Leighton Deloach, Aaron Potter, Jude Ard, and Patty, you're on here too, Patty Smith. The next person I want to introduce is more part of a team than you would imagine, and that's Ed Butler. Ed, where are you? So you can see Ed's frankly, I learned Ed's more popular with the team than the president is, and he's earned that. So Ed is the bus driver, but again, he's way more than that, as you just heard. And so how do you get a team of 28 players and 3 coaches and a wife out to Enid, Oklahoma? Well, you think you're going to be smart and do the easy way and not change planes. And so we were just flying from Orlando to Dallas, which seemed pretty easy on paper. And thanks to Kara and Susan Sutliff for making all these reservations, changing them, canceling them, and then making them again. Ed took the bus and left on Tuesday with everybody's luggage and all of the athletic equipment and drove to Dallas to the airport and picked everybody up, took them to Enid, and then we spent a week with him. Then he drove them back to the Dallas airport, and actually, given the state of American Airlines at the time, Ed almost made it back before half the team did, driving the bus back. It was quite, you would think a nonstop flight would be pretty easy, but Ed, thank you for everything that you do for the team. So next I'm going to talk about the athletic accomplishments of individual members of the team, starting with all Sun Lakes Conference first team. Again, are Caleb Freeman, Maverick Stallings, Connor McBride, Leighton Deloach. Well, Connor's on here twice for first team all-conference pitcher and also the pitcher of the year. Second team, Miles Liggins, Andon Lewis, Jack Slater, Roger Vergara, Logan Schmidt, and Aaron Potter. So you can see as you count them up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, almost half of the team was all conference first or second team. Florida College System Region 8 all tournament team: Maverick Stallings, Caleb Freeman, Jarrett Marasco, Andon Lewis, Aiden Mastituno, Logan Schmidt, Connor McBride, and Jarrett Maresco. He's on here twice. Jarrett was the most outstanding pitcher, and Aiden Mastituno was the most outstanding player in the Region 8 tournament down in Newport Richey. Also in Newport Richey, Coach Jones was named the Sun Lakes Region 8 Coach of the Year. In one of the emails I sent out as I was trying to tell everybody what was going on in Enid, I thanked the faculty, and frankly I wish more were here. Other than the coaches, our players spend more time with faculty members than they do with anybody else. Certainly more time with faculty than they do with the president or the first lady, which reminds me that would everybody recognize that Carol delayed getting to work today to be, she was with us the whole time in Enid, and she's here today, the First Lady, Carol Pickens. Academically, the baseball team had a grade point average of 3.28, which most of you would know is almost a half a point higher than the student body as a whole. It's challenging. Making the transition from high school to college academics all by itself can be a challenge, and certainly making the transition from high school to college athletics is a challenge. Doing both of those at the same time and doing them at an elite level like these young men do is really remarkable, and I think it's a testament to the care that our faculty give. Our faculty really do care. I tell them sometimes, faculty are people too, and it often shows in the time that they take with the players that need it. So we had a number of players that were all Sun Lakes Conference all academic team, which is a grade point average of 3.0 or higher, and those were Connor McBride, Maverick Stallings, Tanner Walker, and Peyton Waters. Florida College System all academic team, so a grade point average of 3.30 and higher, is Trip Davis, Caleb Freeman, Michael Furry, Nathan Gagnon, Tyson Green, Andon Lewis, Miles Liggins, Jarrett Marasco, Jake Osteen, Ryan Scary, Jack Schraft, and Jack Slater. So Ross did the math for me, but that means that 16 of our 27 players were named to the Sun Lakes Conference All-Academic Team, and 12 of our 27 players were named to the Florida College System All-Academic Team. 7 players have been named NJCAA Academic All-Americans. 3 were named to the first team with a grade point average of 4.0. Jack Slater for the second time, Miles Liggins, and Ryan Scary. And thank you. 2 were named to the NJCAA second team with a grade point average of 3.8 or higher, Trip Davis and Jarrett Marasco, and 2 were named to the third team with a grade point average of 3.6 and over. That's Michael Furry and Tyson Green. The 22-23 St. Johns River State Male Student Athlete of the Year was, not surprisingly, Jack Slater. Jack is also a finalist for the Bill Tootin Award. Well, for some of you in Palatka, that name should be familiar. It's the gym's named after him, but also the single most significant offer that the state of Florida offers for a student athlete within the baseball program is named after Coach Tootin, and Jack Slater is also a finalist for that, and we will hear soon whether he has been selected. He should, but things don't always happen the way that they should. Kind of like that guy's strike zone in the game against Itawamba or whoever it was. So, and we also believe that Connor McBride is going to be athletically a National Junior College Athletic Association All-American. Next, I'd like to just tell you a little bit about what happened in Enid. It was an incredible ride. Exhausting for me and for Carol, because Carol has to live with me. And but watching our young men compete, both on the field against the highest caliber competition. After game one, ladies and gentlemen, I can tell you we knew we belonged. And after game two, even though we lost in the bottom of the ninth, we knew we more than belonged. We knew that we could compete with anybody, and we knew we could be national champions. Although we aren't the national champions athletically this year, I can tell you that for me and for Carol, this group genuinely is national champions. They are an awesome group of young men. They embraced the Enid Bandits, an under-8 Little League team, and made them feel like heroes. They attended their game. I think they actually won the championship, didn't they? But to see them interact with these 8-year-olds and under demonstrated the class that they conducted themselves with during the whole season, frankly, and in this tournament. They were dealt some tough blows. It's very frustrating to be an adult in the stands and watching other adults treat them unfairly. I mean, I know that what they really wanted every time they took the field was just to be treated fairly. And occasionally they got a call that should have gone their way that didn't, and certainly I'm referring to it again. I mean, what I watched y'all endure and the other team in that 23-9 game with that umpire and how he treated all of the players was something, frankly, that I reported, and I don't know that anything will come about it, but I want you to know that as I was watching that happen, I felt the need to stand up for you, and I thought you handled that adversity with the greatest of integrity and grace, and I was incredibly proud of all of you because I know it was frustrating, and you handled it well. Last, I'd like to ask Coach Jones to come up. This has been quite a 15-year ride for Ross and for me. A lot of changes have occurred within the athletic program, including most recently our transition to Division II. I will tell you that I had an abiding conviction that this college had the finest baseball coach and person that we could ever have associated with our athletic program and with our baseball program in Ross Jones. And all I wanted was for Ross to be able to compete on a level playing field with equal resources and equal opportunity. And I saw for both Ross and actually for the volleyball team and for the softball team an opportunity. Well, to say that Ross took that opportunity and ran with it is an understatement. In the very first year that he was eligible to attend the College World Series at the D2 level, he not only took his team to the World Series, but made it to the Final Four in a bracket where everybody there knows that the two best teams were placed in the same bracket and had to play each other for the opportunity to get to the finals. Everybody there knows that St. John's River, in the end, deserved the 2 seed and deserved the opportunity to play Heartland on the national stage for the national championship. Some people suspected that going in, and that's why maybe Ross's team was put in the same bracket as Heartland. This is an awesome team of awesome young men, ladies and gentlemen, coached by an awesome human being. Please join me in welcoming and thanking Ross Jones for the job he's done.
Guarantee you the people that have been here as long as I have never thought they'd hear those words. Calling me awesome. First, I've got a lot of people to thank, but Joe calls her the first lady of the college, Miss Carol, but I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for the first lady of SJR State Baseball, and that's my wife, Tish. She puts up with me. That's about the only way to say it. I like to think from time to time that, maybe she feels the same way, but I doubt it. She's, after every win, after every loss, she's the one that hears about it. So I thank you. I've been blessed to really have some great assistant coaches along the way. Since I've been here, I've got assistant coaches that have moved on that are with the New York Yankees and the San Francisco Giants and the University of North Florida, Mississippi State, University of Kentucky, and I believe I've got the best one I've ever had right now, and that's Morgan Depew. This guy's work ethic is off the charts, and Morgan, I appreciate everything. Yeah. And Justin Barr, Justin came to us last August, right out of the University of Akron, and has been with us this year. I hate to say it, but we're going to lose him. This week he's going to go make some real money in the financial world and use that degree. And Justin, I thank you for everything this year. It's been great. And lastly, J.D. Douglas. J.D. has been with us now for 13 years, and he's probably put up with me more than anybody. J.D. has spent more hours in that training room and working on our guys, trying to keep guys healthy than anybody in this room could ever even imagine. But he's done a phenomenal job, and I thank you very much. There's a lot that goes on in running the baseball program in the athletic department. And one thing that I saw this year was more of a mobilization than anything else. When we won the first state championship in school history, and we were hosting the regional in 5 days, I saw a college really come together and really do a phenomenal job from everybody, from the strategic communications to the maintenance and grounds people and everything that goes on in running something like we had. It was a great effort, and I appreciate every single person who helped out along the way. Especially want to give two big shout outs to Lee Weaver and Danny Baggs, our grounds crew. These guys, Lee has been here every day I've been here for 15 years and takes more pride in that baseball field than I do. I appreciate it, Lee. Thank you. One of the things we talk about in our very first meeting on August 14th we're goals. We talk about goals. We talk about where we want to be and what we want people to think of us. What's our identity as a team? The things that I ask my program are very simple. Number one, we want to be men, not boys. We preach that, they hear it every single day. We want to be men. They left boyhood behind when they graduated from high school. We want to be first class and highly principled in everything we do. We want to be on time, and we want to work hard at everything we do. And those are our principles that we go by every single day. We fall short of that sometimes, and more than you can ever imagine, we exceed them. But this group, they exceeded them in every way, and I'm very, very proud of them. Academically, we talk about, the effort that goes into doing the work and having the academic integrity that is expected of our young men. Not only do we take great pride in that, it's an expectation. Without meeting those expectations, you just don't play in this program. The academic standards here at St. John's River will not change. And those are something that, from me to my players, they're expected, and they know it. Because at the next level, that's what it takes. It takes a dedication for them to do that. To see 7 academic All-Americans, I don't think we had an academic All-American my first 5 years here. And we've got 7 on one team. That's in the first 50 years of athletics at St. John's River State College. We had 6 academic All-Americans. We just had 7 in 1 year on one team. So I think that's really saying a lot for what we do. I really want to thank Dr. Will. I see Melanie Parker's here. Our tutoring staff have done a phenomenal job preparing these young men for the next step in their academic careers. Shyla, is Shyla out here? Shyla Joy. Shyla, she's not here. She must be. She's probably still working. Shyla has always has worked very hard, very, very hard to get the guys in the classes and doing what they need to be, having the coursework to transfer on and getting their degrees and everything else. That's really, Shyla's been terrific. Our graduation rate, we have 3 guys right now: Connor, Aiden. Who else is in summer A? That's it, 2. So of our 14 sophomores, 12 have already graduated, and 2 will graduate at the end of summer A. So we'll have a 100% graduation rate for the 7th straight year. So I want to thank, of course, Dr. Jordan, Jack Hall, for all that you've done. I know that it's not always hard, it's not always easy, but these guys have had our back and have worked really hard with our budgets and given us the best opportunity to be successful. Dr. Gilbert Evans, we worked together for the first 14 years I was here. Dr. Evans, I appreciate everything. What a terrific human being Gilbert Evans is. You want to talk about somebody who cares about the students at this college. That's Dr. Evans. He cares about the young men and women in our programs. Thank you. Just a few more things I really want to to talk about. Number one, our faculty. I want to thank them for all that you do. It takes a lot. I know that it takes a lot for the faculty to work with the student athletes. There's a lot of extra scheduling and note taking and scheduling of tests and stuff like this because of the travel and everything that we have. But our faculty has been outstanding. I really appreciate it. Where's Melanie? Melanie, do you have that? Grab that for me. Lastly, I want to talk, I want to thank President Joe Pickens. Number one, he is the reason I'm here. I actually resigned. I actually resigned 13 years ago. I thought that going back into big college baseball and making money was more important than being home. I had my wife to thank me for that, for not making that mistake. I really do. And Joe Pickens. Had opportunities. There's nowhere that I'd rather be than right here. You got this. So this, President Pickens, is going on your wall in your office. Come on up. This is the lineup card and team picture from our first state championship in school history. So, thank you.
This is a ball signed by everybody, but I'm afraid it will fall off of there if I put it on there. So that goes
Set it
with
up
it.
here later.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. It's all yours again.
All right, I'm going to close things out by just saying thank you, Ross, and thank you for sticking with us. I remember that vividly in my office 13 years ago when he was going to become the assistant coach and pitching coach for the University of Georgia. And I cried right there in my office. And I said, I thought we were in this together. And he came back and he said, we are. So to the players, to the 14, I believe, of you who are graduating and are going to your next athletic and academic journey, number one, congratulations. Number two, thank you for helping us as a college, for helping me as a president achieve something that has never happened in the history of this college, 64 years. You, every one of you individually, played some part in creating history for this college. Thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. For the 13 or so who are coming back, those sophomores that are leaving have left you with a tremendous challenge. First of all, it will be your responsibility to be the leaders to the incoming freshmen that they were to you. Connor was, that Jack was, that Caleb was. I shouldn't have named 3 because I need to name them all. But you know who they were. You know who the sophomores were that took you aside, maybe called you a knucklehead, and showed you how it's supposed to be. That's going to be your job. Now, the second thing is, they've left you a tremendous challenge. We've already made the World Series, and we've already made it to the Final Four. Academically, they have left you a serious gauntlet for you to try to match, to live up to. And athletically, there's only 2 ways to go up. Make it to the championship round and be the national champions. I can tell you that there probably will be somebody more proud of you, freshmen, if you achieve one of those 2 things next year. More proud of you than even the president, and that will probably be your teammates who have moved on to their next destination, but are watching you and following you, and will genuinely feel as though they're a part of your success next year. Most of you now are going to leave for the summer. Some of you for forever. Again, to the sophomores, thank you. Please stay in touch with Ross so Carol and I can stay in touch with you. And for the freshmen, work hard, stay safe, and we'll see you in the fall. To the people in the audience, thank you for coming and sharing this historic moment with us and celebrating the academic and athletic accomplishments of your St. Johns River State College Vikings. How about one last round of applause? We're done. Players, there's a lot of food left if you'd like to take it.